का जो आरक्षण है वो जाति पे निर्भर है, तो फिर आपको क्या प्रॉब्लम है कि आप डाटा रिलीज क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो कि
तो पता है कितनी जातियां आई हैं उसमें? 1 लाख।
Hello. As you saw in the intro, there's a lot of talk about the caste census data. Release the caste census data. We cannot. There's so many problems with the caste census. It will help the poor. It will divide the country. Katenge. Sorry, batenge to katenge. Saath hai to safe hai. Whatever the fuck. What is going on? Let's figure it out. What is the caste census data? What are the implications for releasing it? SECC, or Social, Economic, and Caste Census, is part of the general census. It is used to measure the depravity among Indian households. What is depravity? Depravity is the function of not having basic necessities, such as only having one room in the household, having temporary walls, having a disabled person in your household, or landless households. SECC is used to collect data, process it, and help the targeted people, the depraved people. Um, what is a caste census? A caste census is just another question during the uh, census, another column in the data. It is used to link the socioeconomic status and the caste data. Well, it is already always done in every census for SC and ST caste tribes, but the last time it was done for OBCs was in 1931. That's where that's where we get the list for OBC castes. Was it from 1931? But there was an attempt to update that list in 2011, and such they did SECC, Socioeconomic and Caste Census, where they collected the caste data along with the social economic data. But the problem proposed at that time was there's too many castes, we cannot possibly verify it. We need the state governments to help us um, get the data. What was the reason for updating SECs or updating OBCs and the list? Well, according to an investigation from the Supreme Court, the Rohini Commission, there was found that 25% of the OBC castes received 97% of the benefits, and the rest 75% received 3% or nothing. Meaning there's a huge inequality in the reservation system. Most of the benefits go to the top 600 castes, and everybody else get nothing, basically. And the caste census was the way to move forward with identifying these EBCs. The 75% of the castes that got nothing were called the EBCs, extremely backward castes. And so to help them, we needed the data. As such, 2011 was an attempt to rectify, update this category list. How it affects you. If the caste census data is released, how does it affect you? There's two proposed solutions out there from the Rohini Commission itself. They propose we divide the reservation 27% reservation for OBCs into 17% for OBCs and 10% for the EBCs. Meaning the creamy layer OBCs, which were receiving almost all the benefits from reservation, now lose 10% of the reservation, meaning 30% of their market share in reservation. Competition goes up for going into government schools, government jobs, etc., other benefits. If you're EBC, you finally, after the independence, see the growth that goes on in the country. You finally see the benefits, you get it to yourself. It is not just in platitude, it's not just written down on the paper, you finally receive it. It's good. If you're general, you're happy. Finally, nobody's taking your market share in reservation wise. You are already at the 50% ceiling for reservation, 10% for CWS, a reservation for below poverty line people. So you have 40% to fight with. You're not losing anything. You're happy. Don't be happy though. The second solution is again fucking over general category people, breaking the 50% ceiling, adding 10 more percent. So 60% plus the 10% CWS, below poverty line reservation, 70% reservation out there. If you're a creamy layer OBC, this is the best case scenario for you, as you lose no reservation. You get almost all the benefits, 100% now, so 3% increase. But if you're EBC, again, Diwali is here, you're so happy, we're getting so much money. But if you're general, you're not happy. Once again, you lose 10% more reservation. You have to fight harder. You only have 30% to fight for. Uh, but will it happen? Will it ever release? Will it come out? Will they give reservation to the 10% EBC, for the 75% EBCs? Will they ever receive reservation? It seems unlikely. According to me, if they release the data and update the list, somebody's gonna get hurt. Meaning either OBC people are gonna lose 10% of their reservation, or the general people are gonna lose 10% of the reservation. And this could uproot their basis, such as if Modi were to release the data and update the category list, they could lose Gujarat. They could lose Gujarat for the first time in like 20 years. In Gujarat, there's 45% OBC population, meaning a huge chunk of the vote vote bank. If you fuck them over, they're gonna, for the first time, they're gonna think about not voting for BJP. It's political death. The same thing happened to Congress in 2011. They don't want to lose their grip on Indian politics, which they did lose in 2014, but they didn't want to do it. Okay. Same thing would be for the state governments. If the state has a lot of OBCs, taking reservation from them would be bad. If they have a lot of general, it would be bad for them. So it might not ever release. In my opinion, reservation is not the way forward. We've seen it. Once we give reservation, people will need more reservation. I'm not saying people are greedy, but things are just unfair. So we already seen it. 27% reservation went to 25% of the people. 600 cast out of 2,600. If we get 10 more percent for the EBCs, we will see another category of people never receiving benefits. Like, we might need more EBCs, extremely backward caste. That might not be enough. And at the end of it, everybody's fucked. Everybody has 10% reservation. General people only have 10% to fight for. There's EEBCs, EQBCs with 10%. I don't think it's a way forward. Introducing a reservation is fine because people love it. People get free stuff. People get help. People who actually need help get help. But some other people get extremely free stuff. That's fine. It's really easy to introduce it. But to take it back, it's a generational move. You don't want to do it. Nobody wants to do this. Taking reservation back. But reservation is another form of welfare. Some welfares I love, and some of them I don't. Free stuff that you just hand out is not what we need in life. Affirmative action is fine unless until it's contained. But once it just breaks its scope, it keeps breaking it. It brings down the society with it. As such, I would be against reservation, more reservation. Find out a new way to help these people. Thank you. And thank you for watching this video.